Brothers and sisters of New England, 2020 was a year like no other. All the norms leading the labor union were put on hold, and we went to work against an invisible enemy with no playbook. Sun Tzu said, "Strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat." NATCA developed a strategy early on, and we adjusted that strategy on what felt like almost a daily basis sometimes. We had to develop new tactics to work parallel with the tactics that we had already established. While the main focus this year has been the protection and safety of our membership and the safety of the NAS, normal union work needed to be accomplished. Grievance resolutions, financial audits, onboarding, legislative work, communications, education, mentorship, and development were not put on hold because we were in a pandemic. When we ran 2.5 years ago, we talked about leadership through we, which is a collection of developed leaders across the region who were experts in their craft, grooming their replacements, and all the while being able to lead our region. Structure and system breed success, and the leaders across the region, they knocked it out of the park. The state of NATCA New England is great. We maintained our spot as the top region for membership percentage in the country, moved from 4th to 3rd in PAC percentage, highest percentage of 100% NATCA buildings in the country, and have grown our facility numbers by adding Lawrence, Norwood, Beverly, and now Barnes as NATCA represented buildings. While we are obviously not able to visit every single building this year, we only missed 2, and those we got in the late portions of 2019. We conducted monthly region-wide town halls and even had some local ones along the way. We have grown our national footprint with members across the region being added to national teams and excelling. New England handles its business the only way it knows how, the New England way, and that way's been proven to be successful. We have repeated this time and time again. We will not settle for good enough. Good enough is the enemy of excellence. 2021 will hopefully bring us back to closer to normal, or at least a new normal. And we all look forward to getting back to facility visits, solidarity events, in-person FAC rep meetings, and growing the activism in this region to new heights. We as a region have come so far, but our job is not complete. We still have so far to go. I call on each of you to do your part, any part, and help us go from good to great. Thank you and Happy New Year.
On September 1st, 2018, Mick Devine took over as NATCA New England's RVP. I was given clear direction to stand up a team that could represent NATCA's needs for today, but had a vision looking forward to tomorrow. I'm happy to say today, in December of 2020, I think we've accomplished that. We've developed a team that is well diverse, has experience in the en route environment, in the terminal environment, tower only environment, and it spans the gamut from our highest level facilities to some of our low level facilities, and we're very proud of what we've achieved. Later on, Kyle will be talking about who those people are and what they do.
As we continued into March, COVID hit. We worked with the region, at the regional level with the district for telework agreements for staff. We worked with the FAC reps of the buildings to move into the COVID schedules. We moved into Zoom meetings with the membership. We moved into twice a week meetings with the FAC reps for all the changing information. As we went to June with retirements, with lack of career progression, we moved into the plan to resume OJTI. In the fall, we appointed Lisa Fulford for our training lead for the region to work with the district counterpart to meet with ATMs and FAC reps collaboratively to discuss how we're doing training. And those meetings continue to this day, just further strengthened with a new point 4, which brings collaboration into the training process to a much higher level than it's ever been before.
When the agency and NATCA agreed to start training, Ed and I then came up with a plan to meet with the facilities, management, and NATCA leadership. We had several telcons where we discussed best practices as well as impediments to training. Currently, the agency is not requiring a set number of hours to be met, and the National Training Initiative has been put on hold. However, we are still working with the facilities to help them come up with the best plans for training, as well as making recommendations. As we move into 2021, Ed and I will be working with facilities to help implement the new 3120.4. There's still a lot of work to be done, and we're here to help. Ed and I are always open to suggestions as well as questions. So if you ever have anything, please feel free to contact me.
2020 did not go as expected for the comm team. We were planning on bringing you updates and highlights from NATCA in Washington, convention, and of course CFS. But in March, we quickly shifted to making sure everyone had the most up-to-date information about the COVID-19 pandemic. We brought you monthly updates, we scheduled town hall Zoom meetings, and we were trying to focus on the good that was going on throughout the region. One of the big stories that we focused on was the Boston Center and Boston Tracon fundraiser that raised over $10,000 to provide meals to frontline workers and first responders. We also had the opportunity to connect a retiring Delta pilot with Boston Center controller Ashley Goldberg, and their story got over 107,000 views on our Facebook page, and eventually the story got picked up by CNN. The comm team and I look forward to providing you the most up-to-date information throughout the region in 2021. Happy New Year!
2020 has been one of the most eventful years we have experienced that has presented a unique set of challenges for our legislative activists. While the world dealt with a deadly pandemic, we fought against our own version of the virus, executive orders designed to kill off all federal unions. But we succeeded. And if there's one lesson learned over the past year, it's the benefit of having a robust team of experienced legislative activists.
In February, over 150 NACAvists met in Las Vegas for training on what was NACA's largest organized campaign effort to date. We left Las Vegas with solid goals and a clear plan of action. Then COVID-19 happened. We had to throw the playbook out of the window and adapt to our new environment. Our goals did not change, but our methods of engagement certainly did. Yet NACA did what it always does: adapt and overcome.
It is our goal to connect and work with every congressional office in the region in an effort to build not a Democratic majority or a Republican majority in Congress, but a NATCA majority. And as our union will inevitably face new challenges as we move forward, your legislative team will continue its work to prepare us to face those challenges head on and win. Our success will be a result of the efforts of our legislative team.
Under the direction of Mick Devine and Scott Robillard, I helped manage a team comprised of a diverse group of NATCA controllers. This year we worked a total of 29 grievances. Of those, 6 were sustained, 7 were settled, and 16 were withdrawn. In June, the LMR team conducted a first-in-the-nation virtual PAR hearing with an independent neutral. The hearing was extremely successful and included observers from NACA's New England and Central regions, as well as various FAA labor management officials. That hearing has subsequently been used as a model throughout the country as NACA and the FAA continue adapting to doing business in the age of COVID. Moving forward, the New England region LMR team continues to focus on such things as encouraging local facilities to build more collaborative relationships with local management, utilizing the provisions of the Slatebook's problem-solving Article 8 provisions as a vital precursor to the Article 9 grievance process, and holding FAA management accountable to agency performance management system standards through NATCA-designed data tracking and analysis. In closing, I'd like to talk about the contract. Those of you that worked under the White Book remember how many things were taken away from us. After the transition to the Obama administration and the subsequent ratification of the Red and Slate Books, we continued to enjoy a broad range of protections. In January, we're looking forward to the end of some of the most damaging and anti-union executive orders in labor history, as well as the start of the negotiation process of the next chapter of our contract. I would encourage all of you to use 2021 and beyond as a time for us to re-energize ourselves collectively, to work together and to hold the FAA accountable, so that we may continue to enjoy the strong workplace protections we've fought for so hard and so rightly deserve. Thank you.
This year, along with New England Region mentee Mike DeFalco and myself, the Finance Committee transformed our audit process from in-person facility visits to online through using Microsoft Teams and the union portal. We also met virtually in November with the NEB and set the region and national budget for the next year.
In 2018, when we ran, we talked about honoring people for the hard work and the dedication that they give to our membership and our organization as a whole. We created the J. Bowers Activism Award, which was given out in 2019 for the first time to the Communications Department. To talk about who's getting the award this year, let's take it over to J. Bowers.
Greetings, NATCA brothers and sisters. It's that time of year again to present the J. Bowers New England Regional Activism Award. This year we are honoring two hardworking and dedicated NATCAvists. It's my great honor to present this year's award to an outstanding team for New England. Andre Jean and Jamie Green, your NLC Regional Chair and alternate Regional Chair. Having been retired now for almost 4 years, I didn't have the pleasure of working directly with Jamie. But during the shutdown, she really found her passion in her work for our members, assuming the role of a regional PAC coordinator, where she increased the PAC by almost 8% in less than a year. That's no small feat, my friends. She then became the NLC New England mentee. Having Andre receive this award is very special to me, as he was my mentee on the NLC. He took over the NLC shortly before I retired. I sent along some pictures of Andre hard at work with members of Congress from New England, and not so hard at work, like decompressing. Given the current political climate and the inability to meet face-to-face all year, a perfect storm created the ultimate challenge for NATCA legislatively in what was perhaps the most important election of our lifetime. I challenge each and every one of you out there to get involved in NATCA. Find your passion. And when you do find your passion, help someone else find theirs as well. Congratulations once again to Andre and Jamie. May you all stay safe and healthy and have a prosperous 2021.
Thank you, Jay, for this award. Truly an honor coming from you, as you were the one who taught me everything I know about legislative activism, bringing me up and being a leader in this region. Great to be a part of such a great team. And this award, honestly, we couldn't have seen the success that we saw in this region without you. So thank you so much for what you did. And again, thank you to everybody in the region.
Thank you so much, Jay, and thank you, Andre. It's really been a crazy year. This year I learned so much, and we worked so hard to accomplish all of our goals. I'm truly humbled. Thank you.
Today marks a new day and a new beginning at A90. Nick Morangus has taken over the FAC Rep role from longtime FAC Rep Kurt Fisher. Leadership is not only judged by what you accomplish, but how you accomplish it. Kurt Fisher embodies every trait of a successful leader. Kurt was respected by his members, his colleagues, and his counterparts. Kurt has always been my right-hand man as someone to turn to for his counsel, his experience, and his leadership. Kurt took the time to educate, mentor, and empower his members every chance he could. That, my brothers and sisters, is leadership. When we ran for RVP in 2018, we discussed acknowledging our members for their hard work and their successes. This is why it is my great honor to create the newest NATCA New England Award, the Kurt Fisher Leadership Award. This year, we're giving that first ever Kurt Fisher Award to Bedford FAC Rep Ben Nutter. Ben began his role as FAC Rep in 2018. Since then, he's turned Bedford into New England's only 100-100 facility, meaning 100% membership and 100% PAC participants, including 2 Max Packers. Ben took the role of FAC Rep and right away changed the way labor management relations were conducted in Bedford. Ben was recently named to the National Resumption of Training Work Group. Ben is also on the National COVID Supplies Work Group and ran point for the region for all supplies. It's my great honor to present Ben Nutter with the 2020 NATCA New England Kurt Fisher Leadership Award. You've grown tremendously as a leader over the past few years and rose above in 2020 when our members needed you the most. Congratulations, Ben.
I'd like to say thank you to the NATCA New England leadership for this award. It's been a very trying year, 2020, and without your leadership, we wouldn't have been able to get through this year the way we did.
On behalf of Scott and Kurt, I just want to say thank you for making New England what it is today.